Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. So I go by the Blue Light Oracle, and today we're going to do a reading in regards to the month of December, kind of like a reflection of the year, but also what to expect coming up in December. So today we're going to pick the piles with the Spirit Oracle message cards. So we're going to do 4 piles. 1, 1, this one wants to come out as well. Okay. Alright, so let's have a look at what we've drawn today. So for part 1, you have light with the message, imagine yourself as a being composed of energy and light, because in reality, that's precisely what you are. You are a powerful being and people are attracted to your brilliance. This is a time to remember how vibrant you truly are. Okay, pile 2, you have vulnerability. This is confirmation that you're seeking to tread into the unknown, unfamiliar territory, where decisions are based more on intuition than rationality. Don't let fear hold you back or allow a misguided sense that feeling vulnerable is somehow a negative condition. Okay. Pile 3, you have fun with the message stop. When was the last time you had fun? When was the last time you took a chance and did something silly? Something totally unlike you? Something just for the joy of it? It's long overdue for you to let go of your analytical mind and give yourself and your soul permission to have fun. Okay? And for pile 4, you have breathe. Breathe has the message, the breath is the vital bridge between your body and soul. It's the connection between the inside and outside, connecting you to the universe, spirit, and divine source. The breath permeates your entire being with prana, which is the same life-giving force that nourishes everything in the universe. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is grab the gems or stones, just in case if you want to pick with those. Okay, so if you like to pick by gems or stones, I have allocated them to each pile. So pile 1, you have a cube of Howlite. Pile 2, this is black Obsidian. Pile 3, you have a piece of amber. And pile 4, you have a piece of peach selenite. Okay, so take your time, trust your intuition. That is your best bet to pick the correct pile. Feel free to pick more than one. I'll be doing the shuffling process next if you want to stick around for that. Otherwise, below in the description will be your timestamps, so feel free to skip ahead to your chosen pile. But I'll give you time now to relax, take some time, have a look at the piles, and see which one calls out to you. Hi everyone, welcome to the shuffling portion. So I'm going to shuffle some of the cards into each pile. So thank you for coming through here and just giving your energy to this particular reading. I feel like it is going to be a really important reading because it's not just because it's the end of the year, but it's also a start to prepare for the new year. And You know, people always have New Year's resolutions and that kind of thing. So whether that's preparing you for something that you do want to look at changing or adding or subtracting from your life, but it's always kind of interesting because it's been an interesting year for me, and I'm sure for most of you as well. Okay, so pile 1, 2. Okay, I'll put that back here. But it's also a very busy time of the year for most people because, oh, this one's got 2. There's lots of holidays. People celebrate different holidays, the end of the year celebrations with New Year's as well. So it's catching up with family, friends, which can bring, you know, great times and also can cause difficulties as well for certain people. And you have to deal with other people that you don't normally throughout the year. So while it's good catch up, can also, you know, certain things can pop up that we maybe unexpected, not expecting. Okay, so I'm gonna try shuffling over here. These cards here do get read reversed, so I'm going to try to keep that true to this reading as well. And if any do come out reversed, we'll have a look at what that means. Card. Then I've got 2 tarot cards, 2 tarot decks, and the last deck will be crystals. It's usually the one I use for picking a pile because I feel like people like to pick by cards and crystals, so I thought, well, let's just get a crystal card deck and then we don't have to worry about that. Okay. And this is going to be same with the tarot, especially this one. This one does get read reversed as well. So I will see how that comes out and we'll go with that. I'm going to do 2, so I'm going to put down 2 and then 2 and then 2. Oh, these 2. Okay. Well, the High Priestess here is fallen on this one, so we'll keep that there. Don't know if that's going to help someone decide. Right, and lastly, the crystal cards. This came out pretty easy. Okay. So again, trust your intuition with the cards that you've chosen, or check the piles that you've chosen, sorry, or the crystals that you've chosen. Feel free to go into the description and skip ahead to your video. Otherwise, I'll see you there, but take your time as you need. Hi, pile 1. So you have chosen today the Howlite, with also the Light card. It's a very interesting card to come out. Like shine your light, so many things can take from this, but we'll see what your particular pile comes out with. So we'll have a look at the cards. I feel like I want to flip this one first. So we've got fluorite, again, the blue, personal protection, getting organized, aura cloak, and cooperation. I feel like cooperation is really standing out in regards to this card coming out, the working with others this month. Okay, so you have the movement card reversed, so this is what it looks like upright. Maybe people will be coming to you rather than you moving to them this holiday season, or this holiday month, but also something's coming to you. Okay. We have wonders. Yeah, something's coming to you. Look at these blue colors in here already. You also have Lourdes Baths with renewal. I am refreshed with the light of love. Definitely something good's coming. Okay. You also have the Queen of Air, or the Queen of Swords, with brilliant, experienced, humorous, judgmental. Release situations or people that no longer serve you. Seeing the humor in difficult situations, focusing on career, divorced or unmarried individual. Okay. You also have the Justice card reversed. And you have the World. Finishing off your reading with the World. Nice. There. Still a little bit bright here. Maybe up here. Okay. Okay, so pile number one, very interesting cards coming up. We do have the world at the end, so I want to talk through each card though as you progress through this month, this coming month of December. I'm looking at the movement card, and I do want to read this to you as reversed exactly as it is from the book. It's quite short and simple. So, do you feel as if you're walking in circles, seemingly not getting anywhere? Consider the spiral that travels up and around. 2 steps forward, 5 steps back, even backwards movement helps you progress and reach your goals. You may need to revisit some of the places where you forgot to look for treasure. Another message is this: lessons need repeating for those who refuse or are unable to make them the first time. Consider this another invitation to mastery. This makes sense with the getting organized. So the movement card is talking about potentially repeating old patterns. And I feel like with picking the light, it's still understanding who you truly are, what your true passions are. I am refreshed with the light of love. Because you're doing, potentially you are getting into some sort of same pattern, it doesn't mean that you are not progressing. You're still discovering, still understanding who you are, who you want to be, where you want to go, that kind of message. Especially with the wonders, it's unknown. You're not going to know everything that you're going towards. You can plan as much as you want, but certain things are always going to come up which may feel like you're moving backwards. However, this is still progression. The getting organized is kind of like, hey, let's start really planning out the future. Let's start planning out what we want to achieve this month. Whether we get there or not, at least we've had a plan and we can tick off some of those off the list. So we feel like we're progressing this month. So I'm saying we because I feel like this is all of us for pile number one. This is you, me, everybody. But this is your specific message, pile number one. I will say with the Queen of Air coming out, you do have a fun side, a experience side, and like the movement card said, this is all about mastery. If you are repeating same patterns or similar patterns, you're still becoming better and better and better through those challenges. They may seem unjust, things might be out of balance with some of the past situations that have come up. But remember, even if these kind of things happen in the future, in this coming month, I should say, is that there's still a way to become better at what you do, who you are, and what you know. So I will say that even though I'm doing I'm talking about a lot of reflection, I feel like this is your time to take some time to look after yourself. Remember who you are. With the light card, you picked that card. This month's going to be great, I would say, because the world's coming out. It's going to be like a full transformation in some way, or even just stopping and looking back over the year and see how far you've come to get to this point, what challenges you went through to get to this point. I see good things coming in this month for sure with the wonders, things that are unknown, unexpected. While it says, I feel like Oracloak wants to be talked about on the floor, right? While you are changing and growing and mastering your skills, understanding who you are, getting to know yourself better, if you want to word it like that, make sure you are protected, make sure you have plans in place to take some time when you need it for self-care. If any situation comes that's a little bit of a challenge, to me it feels like you're going to be fine with that. You understand some of the people in your life, you understand that people have different personalities, understandings of each other, that kind of thing. But I do feel like something also will be coming to you potentially later in the month. Later in the month for some of you, I know this is going to be broad, but later in the month for some, like very late in the month, like near the end, and I'm not just talking about Christmas presents, maybe something will be a present that will be unexpected, but something also that's going to help you for the next year. And then for some of you, it's going to be quite early. I had to stop the recording for a bit because someone was at the door, so I feel like this was very early for them to be here. It's not supposed to be here for another 3 hours, so it's going to come quite early for some of you as well. What this new gift will be or wonder will be, you'll have to see. It's going to be individual for everyone, of course, but I feel like it's going to potentially change your world in some way. Or it'll be small, but it'll be enough that could grow into something big. Whatever that might be. Something different, something eye-opening, something maybe even taboo, I want to say, for some of you. And taboo doesn't have to be something wild. It can be something that just is not your normal routine, not what you would normally expect or do or get. I feel like your main takeaway this month is to look after yourself. If anything comes up that doesn't feel right for you, just remember how far you've come and how to handle it. I feel like you'll have good judgment. We've got judgmental and the justice card, even though it's reversed, it's still a way to deal with those kind of ups and downs during the month, whatever that is. Some people can have huge ups and downs. Some people have low up and like small up and downs. Whatever they are, however long you stay with them is up to you. But just remember how far you've come so that they don't consume your month or consume you during the month. So I'm quite curious though to see what this wonder, what this surprise, what this kind of event or experience or thing that might come into your life this coming December with wonders, because I do feel like it's some kind of gift. So we're going to pull some cards just to see exactly what this gift might be. I feel like this card for sure. And one more. Okay. So you have the Devil card. Oh, the Two of Cups. And the Queen of Wands. So I'm just going to put these here for now, and then I'll move them. So in regards to what was this gift or experience that's coming up, I feel like for some of you, even though it's getting a bit risque, it's going to be something exciting. And I also feel like just with the Queen coming out, it's going to help you understand people, if this makes sense. Some kind of like ability to, kind of like empathic ability to really feel people's energy, see people's energy for some of you as well. It's going to be quite interesting. And then something a little bit more fun, let's say, with regards to the devil, because I both feel like either regardless, it's in regards to people in some way, in some form it's going to come in, or they're going to come in. And in this way, it's about understanding people, so you're going to upskill in some way. And so that's what I see for you today, pile number 1. So it looks like a very interesting month. Just remember who you are and where you'll be. The end of the month is going to be fantastic. You've got the world. It's going to feel like whole completion. Might be some ups and downs coming through, but I feel like whatever it is, you don't have to do too much movement in regards to this gift. Just look after yourself, take some time, take some care for yourself. Remember how far you've come this whole year and enjoy the gift that's coming through for some of you. So have a great day and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hi, pile number 2. So today you've chosen the Black Obsidian and the Vulnerable card. So vulnerability is strength as well. Opening yourself is strength. That's kind of how I'm feeling with this card. Okay, so let's take a look. I'm going to flip that one first and then your tarot last. So you have Lord Shiva. I thought Lord Shiva was coming out today because when I picked it up, it was at the bottom of the pile, and when I was shuffling, I was like, So you've got Divine Fusion. I unite with Sacred Synergy. You also have Azurite with Divine Guidance, Stillness, New Connections, Astral Travel. Interesting month. Okay, this one had a couple. Ooh, okay, so you've got Truth. The Truth coming out. You also have Leadership. You have the Unexpected Visitors. Okay, and let's have a look at your tarot. So you've got the Emperor with Archangel Michael. Logic and organization will increase your success. Take charge of the situation. Accept a leadership role. Structure and discipline. Accept a leadership role with the leadership card right next to it. 2 different decks. If that's not a sign, I don't know what is. So you've got the Queen of Cups. Oh, I feel like straight away for some of you, this is dealing with someone challenging this month. You also have the Queen, sorry, not the Queen. You also have the 10 of Pentacles. So this is a great finish for this reading. Try to straighten these up. Okay, so part number 2, what do I see? So I'm going to start with this. This is going to be very specific for some of you. Some of you it's going to be not part of the reading at all, but I feel like I need to say this to some of you. You're going to find out some information. Someone's going to either give you or you're going to find out some information about someone you care about, which is going to change your world a little bit. It's still going to be a successful year, successful month, with the 10 of Pentacles finishing your reading. However, there might be just some truth coming out from someone unknown to you or unexpected. But I feel like it's going to be in regards to someone very close to you, and it's going to not completely change your world. It's going to flip, let's say, with the Queen of Cups reverse. It's going to be like a shock. But it's just going to be something you deal with and then move through. You review, you let the information sink in, you understand it, and then move on. So that's going to be interesting for some of you. I feel like also for some of you, speaking your truth with regards to everything that comes up is going to be beneficial to you. You're going to understand people much better. You're going to understand yourself much better. You might even realize that some people have the same interests or similar kind of understandings or belief systems that you have, and that's going to be surprising, but it's going to be at least speaking your truth, being honest. With the leadership and emperor coming up, I feel like a lot of you are going to have to take the first steps with whatever information, whatever organization, whatever events coming up. You may need to do the work or delegate as well as you can. But new connections coming up with unexpected visitors. This is a very interesting one. It might actually open you up a little bit where you feel a little bit vulnerable. So it's going to be, how do you manage that? Do you open it up fully so you can express exactly what you want to say, how you feel, get all that information, or do you shut down or block that information? I feel like this is going to be a choice for you. Remember how far you've come though. And divine guidance, just straight under Lord Shiva, I feel like you are guided to have this kind of experience, this interesting interaction coming up this month. But by the end of the month, everything will be fine, everything will be good. You might even get some kind of windfall of some sort by the end of the month. Because they've got everything packed, so it looks like they've got gifts. So maybe a holiday. We're coming up to the holiday season, of course, but it looks like, a holiday in the background, like a cruise ship or some foreign place, and like an island, foreign country. I feel like there's going to be an opportunity near the middle to the end of the month where you might be dealing with a lot of dramatic people. Guess it's your choice where you go. Maybe you will need to tell them to, pull their head in or whatever you want to say. Up to you at the time, but if there's too much drama, you either walk away from it, not get involved, hang out with the people, because if this is like a family or a friends event, hang out with the people that actually matter to you and that are actually there to just enjoy each other's company. If it's something you need to get involved with, of course, but if it's not, if it's just drama from people that you may not even know, just sit down and grab a drink and watch it. If you have to. If you don't want to do that, then obviously leave the area and just go do something different. Hang out with people that are actually going to be there for the right reasons, not to put on a show. The Queen of Cups also, even just reverse, reminds us to tune into positive and loving feelings as well. And the Ten of Pentacles is around family. So just remember that while certain things might come up, I don't think necessarily bad, just unexpected, different, that you've still got friends, you've still got your family, your chosen family, whatever that may look to you, you've still got people in your life to hang out with, take care of, look after, they look after you, You have still some good bonds to really focus on, but I do feel like you will need to stand up and do what you want to do this month with regards to connections, especially. This is all about connections, it feels like, pile number 2. Everything here feels like most of this month is going to be about your relationships with yourself, with people, with even strangers that might come in, and then family near the end of the month. And even for some of you, astral travel might be standing out. The astral, I'm not too sure about. It could be for some of you doing stuff in the astral realm, but I feel like there is some travel coming up. Even though it's as there's astral travel, I feel like it's some kind of traveling. I feel like that will go successfully. You just make sure you've got everything planned out. If you're the planner, then make sure you are doing what you would normally do. If you're not a planning person, maybe taking responsibility for at least your stuff to make sure it's packed, then make sure you've got everything up to date, your passport, that kind of thing. You've got your tickets, you've got your insurance, whatever else you need to do. Make sure you've got everything to take along with you. But I do feel like with the Divine Fusion, I unite with Sacred Synergy. There's some kind of interesting connections coming up for sure. You're going to be blending with a lot of people, a lot of connections. Like I keep saying, it's all about connections and interactions that you'll have this month. So I feel like you're going to have a plethora of different interactions throughout the month. And I feel like most are going to be really good. And whatever's not, you can remove yourself from those situations. They probably won't even involve you. If they try to drag you in, it's time to put up clear boundaries, protection boundaries for yourself. as well, with the vulnerability card being picked. But yeah, very interesting month. It might pull you out of your comfort zone a few times, but I feel like in the end, it's going to be surrounded by loving and caring people in your life. And so that's what I see in your pile today, pile number 2. So thank you very much for being here and getting the reading. If you enjoyed, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video. Take care. Hi, pile number 3. So you've picked today the Have Fun card. Have fun with the amber. I feel like straight away, this is why I was drawn to amber, not just because of the colors, but also because this is like, it always reminds me of peaceful home, but also hardworking, and now the need to have fun, because this is exactly what this card is talking about. So, very interesting. Let's have a look at your cards. So you have water with emotional, intuition, psychic powers, and healing. So even though this is a crystal card, there are 4 elements in here. All right, we'll start with your oracle cards. So you have Goddess of the Sea with Storm. Through the storm, my inner sea is calm. Right under the water. You have Success. Nice. This month is going to have some kind of challenges, of course, like everything in life, but you're going to be successful with whatever you choose to do this month. We also have Dry Desert reversed. I will read this from the book. I feel like something interesting or something insightful is coming through. We've got a lot of water here, and then we got Dry Desert. Even like with success, it's like through the difficulties, challenges, there is still something to be proud of. Yeah, this feels like success as well. So you've got the 7 of Fire or 7 of Wands. Stand up for yourself and your beliefs, have confidence, challenge those in power, but also choose your battles wisely. Have the Knight of Cups reversed. I believe this one first. Alright, this one also fell out during the reading, fell right onto this pile. So you have the High Priestess. Talking about intuition, trusting your intuition. And you have the Emperor finishing off the reading. So I feel like yet again, pile 3, this feels like a theme. Very successful month for almost everybody so far. I feel like everybody indeed, actually, not almost. Everybody, absolutely everybody. I might put this one here. No, the light. I have like a lamp here, which is, it's got the shadows. Alright, so first of all, I do want to read the Dry Desert card reversed. Okay, so I'm going to read this whole section of Dry Desert reversed. So the subject of your inquiry is barren and can't give you anything right now. No matter how beautiful and seductive the shimmering glow of the mirage, this is an illusion. When the Dry Desert card is reversed, it is a warning not to be hypnotized into thinking you will achieve your desire. This well is empty. Consider the gift here, though. Know that while this is not the right place, person, or circumstance for you at this moment, it means that something much better, more fulfilling, and life-sustaining is coming. Celebrate the warning and be grateful. Perhaps something, I feel like this is for some, there's all this like emotional water just pouring down into this lower half of the reading. For some of you, there's going to be success in the challenge, let's say, which is why you've got have fun. Enjoy the good moments that are coming up in the month. At the end of the month, I feel like this is very successful. We've got a very strong masculine card with a very strong feminine card. And also very intuitional, knows herself. The Emperor knows himself. Is like the leader of the cards, right? So in here though, coming back to this, it looks like there might be some challenges coming up, you're going to be kind of fine, but it might be external, but it will impact you in some way, of course. It may be in regards to, with the Knight of Cups reversed, maybe in regards to a very close connection to you, whether that's a partner or a loved one of some sort. But take this as a message to, one, do what you feel is right, of course, but maybe this person will be cut out in some way. They're not going to be cut out as in, that's it, you no longer interact with them, but cut out of, like, there might be just someone you interact with in the month that needs clear boundaries, let's say. You're no longer going to be pulled into this kind of like hot, I want to say hot and cold kind of connection. It's not serving you. You can see that now. So you're going to either cut it down, reform it, reimagine it with this person, or cut it out, potentially cut it out completely so that you can have yourself open for the enjoyment that's coming into your life by the end of the month. I do feel like, though, you will see the success. It might not feel like that at the time for some of you, but there's going to be some great success coming up. Standing up for yourself against, there's some sort of person or something's happening here during the month, at the start of the month. But you're going to stand in your power. You're going to feel confident. You're going to pull in that high feminine, high masculine energy and be able to deal with whatever's coming up. This is just for some of you. I know it's spent a bit on the read about it, but I feel like this is very important for some of you to hear, for others, and also for potentially for both. Make sure you enjoy yourself throughout the month. Don't take things too seriously. Don't be too forward or solid on your ideas or how things should be. Just take some time to enjoy yourself. It's going to be a successful month for everybody in Power 3. There's just going to be some time of emotional changes with healing, especially down here. Psychic powers, just trust your intuition with whatever's happening during the month. But I do feel like to focus on is the success card. It's going to be a successful month, whatever you choose to do. But I feel like you have the power this month to really form or change or do whatever you need to do to really get those interactions working perfectly, get those people on board, speak your truth, especially in regards to close loved ones. And then once you get all that off your chest, you're going to feel empowered, especially empowered this month. This is all about empowerment. Also, I do want to say, with regards to the 7 of Wands, choose your battles wisely. It's stand up for yourself where you need to, but when things start escalating and it starts spiraling, that's when it's time to either stop, say, you know what, I've said what I needed to say, I'm done with this, or I'm choosing this, I'm choosing me. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my month. I'm going to enjoy what I need to and move on from there. But yeah, this is all about setting clear boundaries, building up not walls, but setting clear boundaries for you especially, but also for other people around you. First, start with you, with how you feel, being honest and clear and maybe a little bit hard on yourself as well. Not too hard, just having those boundaries. I just want to keep saying boundaries. So putting up clear boundaries for you this month, and then whenever anyone tries to test it or steps over those boundaries, that's when you can stand up and say, you know what, I do not want this to spiral out of control and let you just walk all over me. It's time to stand up for yourself and be in your power. And I feel like you already have this strong psychic abilities, strong intuition, and also just strong overall externally as well as internally. So you have the energy and power to actually do what you need to do, say what you need to say, be who you want to be. And this month is going to have some challenges, but it's going to be how difficult these are. It's going to be by your individual perception. So that's what I see for you, pile number 3. I feel like this is going to be a very interesting month. Huge growth in here too. If you're catching up with family or friends, anything like that, it's going to be successful for sure. And these challenges, by standing up for yourself, will be success in itself and will be the gift that you receive this month is empowerment. So thank you very much for being here, pile number 3. If you enjoyed, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss any of my readings. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Hello, pile number 4. So today you have chosen the Peach Selenite. And Breathe. A very interesting card, taking some time for yourself. Taking a step back and observing a little bit of the situation or the reflection as well. A little bit of reflection. Okay, so you have the Ruby card with increased abundance, passion, lucid dreaming, and light of the soul. Makes sense. So you have One Ring Circus, which generally talks about doing things yourself, getting things done your way. You also have Baths of Aphrodite with nourishment. I breathe in the sacred spring of love. Talking about breathing, look at this relaxed kind of thing. You might have to do things your way, but maybe you'll have space to actually do what you want, how you want, in a more calm, collected way. Oh yeah, you also have miracles. Look at those two. Double kind of rainbows. Maybe 2 miracles as well, 2 blessings this month. I feel like being able to do what you want to do and the way you want to do it is a blessing as well. But also the experience is going to be the blessing this month. But will you take some time for yourself? You've been asked to. That's going to be your challenge. You can still do things yourself, but make sure you do them for yourself and also for others, not just for others. You have the 5 of Earth, or 5 of Pentacles. You also have the Queen of Wands reversed. And you have the 3 of Swords. So I'll read the message on the 5 of Pentacles because I feel like there's some interesting things happening near the end of the month. So we've got negative thoughts manifesting into real challenges, fears surrounding money, reach out to others for assistance, poor timing for becoming self-employed. Which is interesting, we've got reach out to others for assistance with the One Ring Circus. So I believe I'm going to read the One Ring Circus just to see what kind of message is coming through there. So it's a bit of a long one, but it's just a reminder that you can do what you set your mind to, you can do. This might be a very clearing start of the month so that you can deal with I feel like some of you it's expected what's going to happen near the end of the month or what happens with regards to catching up with family or hanging out with friends, certain friends. So I'm going to read the One Ring Circus anyway, just to get the ball rolling. So we've got independence is key now as you step into your journey today. Others may not have the vision or resources that you need. Recognize that all the wisdom you have acquired along the way makes you particularly competent, capable of moving forward with assurance. Self-reliance is important. Another aspect to consider is creating and maintaining clear boundaries between you and another. Be discerning about your partnerships at this time. When you know who you are and have a healthy sense of where you end and others begin, you are able to enter into the best kind of relationship and will attract people who mirror back your wholeness. Independent relationships are always mutually supportive, stimulating and transformative. You can achieve anything at this time. Yeah, so you've got the power to take some time for yourself to focus on what you really want this month, what you're really passionate about, especially with the ruby. But I will say, make sure while you're doing this, take periodic times to look after yourself with breathe and the baths of Aphrodite. Look at like nourishment, getting that energy back up refilling your pools of emotions, refilling rekindling your fire. Those are the kind of words I want to say. Near the end of the month will be kind of interesting, I would say. I feel like there's going to be some blessings. It might just be dealing with challenging people, difficult people in maybe family, maybe friends, maybe drama that comes up during those with other people and just observing that. But I feel like as long as you've made it clear, especially with boundaries, this is a theme this reading for every single pile is making sure that you've got clear boundaries so these kind of challenging situations don't turn into something bigger than they were supposed to be or impact you in a way that it shouldn't. They might trigger certain things about you that you didn't realize were still there. So just setting clear boundaries, like, you know what, your problems are not my problems, that kind of thing. I'm happy to help. However, I'm not going to be drawn into any drama. Those are the kind of boundaries I believe the cards are speaking to today. Okay, so I do want to read you this Queen of Wands because this may be someone in your life, maybe some kind of feeling you're feeling about something in particular or something that's happened in the past, because December can also be a reflection time. We look back over the year and it can cause some kind of heartbreak or sorrow or difficulty, and that's fair. You can feel your emotions. Just don't let it control or impact you so much that it makes you believe that you can't do what you want to do or move forward the way you want to. You have the abilities, you have the strength, you have the knowledge, the intelligence, the emotional strength. You will, especially if you take some time to look after yourself. So, the Queen of Wands, I'm going to read just a little bit of this. This is talking about feeling insecure, jealousy, a time to be more social, hidden aspects of a person's personality, being egotistical, selfishness, a need for external validation. If this is you in some way, maybe that's the need for external validation. You don't need that, and you may already know that, but sometimes we all fall into that trap of needing that or expecting, I've done this, look at me kind of thing. Might not be exactly like that, but something like that if you can resonate in some way with that. Just remember that you're not here to please anybody in particular. You're here to live your life the way you want to live your life. As long as it's not hurting anybody, there's no reason why you can't do that. It's absolutely fine to feel your emotions. Remember what's happened throughout the year. Just don't let it control you. Remember that there's silver linings with each of these. Also, Sandalphon here. This is a card for Sandalphon, which is just standing out for me. And he's generally seen as part of like Angel of Music or something like that, Archangel of Music. And so just like let the emotions flow through you. That's how it's kind of feeling. Let it go through you. If you need to listen to some sad music or something like that to get the emotions to really go through you and then leave so you can enjoy the blessings or see the blessings that this month is having for you. Take some time to make your own specific plans of what you want to achieve this month. There's always lots of other people around or connections, but I feel like for you, Pile 4, this is time for you to do what you want to do fully. Plan it the way and structure it the way, put up the boundaries or the clear boundaries for what you expect and what you want to do this month, because this is how you're going to achieve it or get through any challenges that come up this month. I don't feel like these challenges here, even though they can seem quite big, you've kind of dealt with part of it. You kind of dealt with a couple of the swords. It's just the last sword to pull it out and then let it flow and then move through that. However that feels correct for you. And then you can kind of flip this back into your true form, how you really are moving through this world this month. So it's going to be like a very interesting, transformative month. And it may only start triggering from putting up clear boundaries and expecting the right things in your life, the light of the soul, remembering who you are and how you've grown this year. This could also be like the timeline for the year as well for you this month with the reflections that you're doing. How far have you gone? You've come? Expect miracles. Miracles also this month. Interesting things that you didn't expect coming up this month. There's good, there's highs, there's lows this month for sure. So that is exactly what I see for you, pile number 4. Very interesting reading with all these cards, but thank you for being here. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the content and subscribe to make sure you don't miss a video. Otherwise, take care of yourself, have a good month, and I'll see you next time.